Hey cubing gang, it's your boss the Perfect Cuber. Welcome to the 2020 edition of 3x3 Walkthrough Solves. In this video, we will be analyzing my 12.3 average of 5 as well as some of my great solves that I just recently got, and most importantly, my new 7 seconds PB. Okay, we will reconstruct first the average of 5. Let's get right into it. Okay, so here is the first solve of the average of 5. In this solve, I did orange cross. So what I did, we will just do this to solve this green and orange. Then as you can see, these three are all in their opposites. Then D2, F2. But I also track my first pair and look ahead into the second pair. My first pair was this white and green, and the second pair was the blue and white. So again, I did R prime, D2, F2, and solved this pair like this. Looking ahead to the second pair, I did the second pair like this. I did this pair and insert. This last pair was just 3 reverse sexy move and OLL and lefty J perm. Going back into the last two pairs, I think the better solution for these two were this, then this. Okay, this is the second solve. I did white cross. My cross solution was like this. I did D prime, R prime to bring these two cross edges on their opposites. U, then D, then F, align the cross, then insert this last cross edge and solve that. And while I'm doing this, I am looking ahead to this blue and orange. Next was this pair, and rotate back and solve this pair. Now OLL, R perm. Again, I have a mistake on the last two pairs. I should have done this pair first, then this pair. I did an X cross on the third solve and it is on white. I did the green and orange X cross. So what I did was I solved this blue and white first, then put them on their opposites, then F2, R2, F prime to bring this edge on the top. I will rotate, and while I'm rotating, I am looking ahead to this pair. Then I rotate back, pair them up, and insert. For this case, I didn't rotate. I did this to pair them up, and instead of inserting it like that and having this terrible case, I did F RU F prime. So that, and solve this pair and OLL and V perm. I planned the first two pairs on this solve. I did orange cross. I saw that if I do that and solve this cross piece, I will have this pair. I also keep on mind that this pair was here, so I did that to solve this orange and white, D2 to solve that and align the cross. Insert this pair and quickly pair them up and insert. And while inserting this pair, I was looking ahead to this pair, so I did that to split them up and insert. Now last pair, I didn't do any fancy complicated algorithms to orient some edges. I just did the intuitive way, then dot OLL, and dperm. Last but the least, this solve has many mistakes, and I did green cross. I saw this prepare as well as these 3 cross pieces that can be solvable by doing RD moves. So I preserved this pair by doing this, and I solved this green and yellow. Solve that. D2. Instead of doing this, I accidentally do a wide U. That's really a terrible solution because I ended up rotating to solve this pair. And I solved this pair. And rotate to solve this pair. I did sledgehammer. Here I want to do FRU F prime. I did that, but I accidentally did F prime. And I solved that pair. Now OLL and A perm. For this particular scramble, I think this is the better solution. Solve this. Oops. Solve that. And insert. Rotate to solve this pair. Rotate. Insert. Then we have a pre-pair, but that OLL, but that is not bad. And R perm. Now let's move on to some great solves that I recently got. Okay, so this solve was an insane one-handed solve with a very nice X cross. I did yellow cross. We have this block. I did that. Oops. That. And align the cross. And align the block. The second pair that I did was these 2. Sledgehammer to pair them up and insert and cancel into pairing up this pair. Insert that. Split this pair up like so and insert. I got back soon with PLL skip. This solve was my first 8-second solve after not practicing 1 month because of school works. I didn't made an X cross, but I tracked my first 2 pairs. This red and green pair and blue and orange pair. I did L2 to solve that, then to solve this, to solve that, and align the cross. Again, this was my first pair. I solved this pair without doing rotation and go straight into solving this pair like so, and this pair was the third pair. And again, we have this another advanced rotationless F2L case. OLL, PLL. Oops. And finally, we will be analyzing my PB scramble. This was X cross, and I also planned my second pair. What I did was solve this white and orange cross edge D, and that forms this block. Sadly, I didn't cancel into the second pair, which was this blue and red. I should have done that, but I done this and that. I solved this pair, and lastly this pair, and OLL, PLL. Thank you for sticking with me, guys. I am not uploading because I am very busy at school. So hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching, and this is the Speedcuber, your boss. See you all next time.